Once upon a time, there lived a king who had 12 beautiful daughters. These 12 princesses lived all together in a big, beautiful room. The king protected his daughters with his heart, and when they went to bed at night time, he did not allow them to go out. But every morning, they would wake up to something very strange. The shoes of the princesses would all be worn out as if they had danced all night long. The king had to buy his daughters new shoes every day. But the following days after, the shoes just kept wearing out. Neither the king nor his men in the castle could solve the mystery of the shoes.
How is this even possible? How can a pair of shoes worn out like that in just one night? Your Highness, we can't understand.
Finally, the king said,
Whoever solves the mystery of my daughter's shoes will get to marry whichever daughter of mine he chooses, become my son-in-law, and get to be the king when I pass away. But he has 3 days and 3 nights to solve it. Otherwise, he will spend his life in prison.
Many young men in the kingdom and even princes from other kingdoms came to the castle for the job. For days they guarded the door of the 12 princesses' bedroom. But after some time, none of them could solve the mystery. And shoes continued to wear out by the night. Finally, a good-hearted young man also wanted to give it a shot. And so he made his way to the castle. On his way, he met a lanky old lady who looked very poor. "My dear child, I'm very hungry. Would you be kind enough to give me a piece of bread?" The young man gave all the food he had in his bag to the old lady. She was very happy because the previous men who had passed didn't give anything. The old woman knew that this one was different than the others. So, in return, she gave him a magic cape. "Take this magic cape. When you wear it, you will be invisible. When it strikes 12 o'clock at night, put the cape on, be invisible, and get in the princess's room. This way you can solve the mystery of the shoes. But be aware, do not drink what the princesses give you. No, those nasty princesses." The young man took the magic cape and went to the castle. And when he arrived, he said that he was there to solve the mystery of the shoes. First day, when he was keeping guard in front of the princess's room, the oldest princess came out with a glass of lemonade. "You must be thirsty. We have prepared some lemonade for you. Please, have some." The young man forgot about the old lady's warning and drank it. Soon after, he was very sleepy. He fell asleep, snoring all night in the room that they had prepared for him. When it was morning, the young man stood up in a panic.
I was supposed to wear the magic cape and get in the princess's room.
On the second night, the young man once again kept guard in front of the princess's room. This time, another princess came out with a glass of juice in her hand. The young man was so thirsty while keeping guard and waiting for the nightfall. Without thinking, he drank all the juice that had been given to him. And of course, dozed off once again. The next morning when he woke up, he finally remembered the old lady's words. "But be aware, do not drink what the princesses give you."
There must be a sleeping pill in the drinks the princesses give me.
At that moment, the king came next to him.
2 days have gone by and you still haven't solved the mystery of the shoes. If you cannot do it today, you will end up in prison and stay there for the rest of your life.
The king finished his talk and went away. The young man had to solve this mystery today. That night, for the last time, the young man kept guard in front of the princess's door. This time, the youngest princess came out with an orange juice in her hand. But the young man was aware now. He took the glass, thanking the princess, and when the princess left, he poured the orange juice in a pot next to him. This time round, he was standing tall. The night fell and soon it was midnight. The young man put his cape on and at that moment became invisible. Slowly he opened the door and could not believe what he was seeing. All of the princesses were wearing their most beautiful ball gowns, hair and makeup done with their very new shoes. Let's see if the young man at the door has fallen asleep. One of the princesses opened the door and looked outside, and another princess put her ear on the wall. At that moment, the young man knew that he had to make some snoring noises. The oldest princess pushed her bed aside and clapped her hands 3 times. A secret passage opened in the place of the bed. The young man could not believe his eyes. One by one, all the princesses walked inside. And of course, the young man followed. The secret passage was opening to a stairway which had hundreds of steps going down. When they were going down the stairs, at one point the young man accidentally stepped on one of the princess's skirts. Oh, somebody stepped on my skirt! Oh, nonsense. It was probably you. When the stairs had finished, they came into a forest. They went past tall trees with beautiful silver branches. The young man took a branch and kept following the princesses. After another long walk, they stopped on the edge of a river. In the river, there were 12 boats in the shape of swans, and in them there were 12 princes waiting for the princesses. They got on the boats, and the young man got on the last one. The boat seems heavier than usual today, as if another person is on it. Strange. Oh, come on, stop dreaming. When they crossed the river, they came across a big shiny castle, and they could hear music coming from inside. When he looked through the window, the young man saw many people dancing. As soon as they entered the castle, the princesses started to dance. They would never get tired and just kept on dancing. Of course, their shoes started to wear out. The young man could not bear his hunger anymore, so he took a slice of cake on the table and started to eat. The youngest princess saw this. Hey, my cake! My cake is floating as if someone invisible is eating it! Come on, stop it with this nonsense. The young man took a golden cup from the table without anyone noticing. The princesses danced till the morning. Then they got on the boats, crossed the river, walked through the forest, walked up the very long staircase, and finally they came back to their castle. But their shoes were all worn out, once again. The young man was very happy that he had finally solved the mystery of the worn-out shoes. A while later, the king came next to the young man.
Your time is up today. Did you solve the mystery of the shoes?
Yes, Your Highness, I did.
And so he told him everything. The king didn't believe him at first. But when the young man showed him the silver branch from the forest and the golden cup from the shining castle, the king knew he was telling the truth. And so he kept his promise and granted him the right to marry whichever princess he chose. The young young man said that he wanted to marry the youngest one. The 12 dancing princesses were clearly not happy because their secret was out now. But the young man and the youngest princess got married and lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a beautiful girl named Cinderella. After Cinderella's kind mother died, her father married Lady Puffy. Lady Puffy had 2 arrogant, jealous, and quarrelsome daughters, just like herself. They would fight for hours, even over something as simple as a hairbrush.
Ah! Stop it! I said stop it! Give it back! It's mine! No!
One day, Cinderella's father had to take a long journey. Lady Puffy took this chance to give all the hard work in the house to poor Cinderella. Cleaning the whole house, carrying wood to the fireplace, and preparing meals took up all of Cinderella's time. Despite her hard work, Lady Puffy and her daughters were cruel and proud.
Mother, Cinderella is filthy. Don't let her eat in the same room with us. Don't let her sleep in our room. We're having nightmares.
You heard what my beautiful daughters have said? Go and find a place to sleep in the attic. Poor Cinderella settled in a dusty old room in the attic. Out of her small window, she looked down to the garden. And from time to time, she would talk to a snow-white pigeon.
Why, hello, sweet pigeon.
As the days went on by, while cleaning up her room in the attic, Cinderella met 2 little mice.
Who are you little guys? Hi, I'm Cheddar. I am Mozzarella. And I am Cinderella. You little guys love to eat cheese, don't you? I will prepare a delicious meal for you. Yes. We are starving. We haven't been able to go to the kitchen for hours. There is a mean, hairy, sharp monster down there. That nasty cat, Papu. First thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to prepare a delicious breakfast for you two.
The next morning, Cinderella went to the kitchen without making any noise. The mean cat, Papu, waited in front of the tiny mouse hole in the kitchen to hunt Cheddar and Mozzarella. Cinderella silently took some pieces of cheese and headed to the attic. But then, Lady Puffy's daughters caught her.
What are you holding in your hand? And where are you going with it? It's just some cheese for breakfast. Mom, Cinderella is stealing our food. I'm stealing? I would never steal anything. A thief and a liar. What an evil girl you are.
The little mice went downstairs and started to run around the kitchen to scare the evil sisters.
Ah! Oh no! A mouse! There's a mouse in the house! Mom, I'm scared! Not one mouse, it's 2! Ah!
Lady Puffy was just about to catch the mice when there was a knock at the door. The royal ambassador arrived.
His Majesty the Royal Prince has prepared a grand ball at the castle tomorrow night. All the young ladies around the country are invited to this ball.
As soon as they heard about the grand ball, Jezebel and Cassandra ran with huge excitement to their rooms and started to pick dresses for this important evening. Also, Lady Puffy wanted her daughters to look beautiful. So, the evil stepsisters forced Cinderella to prepare beautiful ball dresses for them. The next day arrived. Cinderella was very tired. Her little friends tried to wake her up.
Cinderella, wake up! Wake up! You have to go to the ball!
But I don't even have a dress. The only dress I have is dirty.
Close your eyes, Cinderella. We have a surprise for you.
Her little friends took Cinderella to the middle of the room. The white pigeon lifted the cover of the wall with its beak.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
I can't believe it. It looks amazing. Cinderella put on her new dress and did her hair, and finally went downstairs. But her evil stepsisters saw Cinderella and went crazy with jealousy. Lady Puffy didn't want Cinderella to go to the ball when she saw that she was prettier than her own daughters. So she threw a bowl of beans into the fireplace in the living room for Cinderella to pick up. If you can pick up the beans out of the ashes and put them back into the bowl within 5 minutes, you can come to the ball with us. Cinderella wanted to go to the ball so much that she began to pick up the beans. Her little friends saw her situation and came to help. Within 5 minutes, they picked up all the beans and put them back into the bowl. Cinderella ran after Lady Puffy, who was already leaving, and showed the full bowl to her. Lady Puffy still did not want Cinderella to go to the ball, so this time she used Cinderella's dirty dress as an excuse. And they left Cinderella in the house and went on to the prince's castle. Poor Cinderella was very sad. She sat down in the garden and wept and cried right under a hazelnut tree that her mother had planted long ago. And just then, the hazelnut tree began to shake and to shine, and a beautiful fairy appeared in front of Cinderella.
My name is Leabelle, and I am here to help you. Don't be sad. You will go to that ball as well.
But how am I supposed to go to the ball like this?
Leave that to me. I just need a pumpkin. The other things I need are already here.
Cinderella came back, holding a pumpkin in her hands. Fairy Leabelle began to wave her magic wand around and turned the pumpkin into a beautiful coach. The mice into very nice horses, and the pigeon into a well-dressed coach driver. Cinderella couldn't believe what she saw.
But how did you do this, Leabelle?
The fairy waved her magic wand again and put Cinderella in a beautiful blue dress. On her feet appeared sparkling glass slippers.
I look like a princess now. Thank you, Leabelle. Now it's time for you to go to the ball. Hurry up.
The fairy warned Cinderella before she headed to the ball.
But don't forget, you need to be back at midnight, or else the magic will be gone, and everything will be as it was before.
Cinderella listened to the fairy carefully and finally headed to the castle. The pumpkin coach stopped in front of the big castle. Cinderella, with her overwhelming beauty, entered the castle. The guests of the ball saw Cinderella and wondered who this beautiful young lady was. Neither Lady Puffy nor her daughters realized that this beautiful girl was Cinderella. Prince Leo moved towards Cinderella and fell in love at first sight.
Beautiful young lady, may I have this dance, please?
Cinderella was mesmerized by the magical dance with Prince Leo, so that she forgot about the time. When the clock was just about to strike 12, she remembered the fairy's warning.
You need to be back at midnight or else.
Cinderella left the prince back and ran out of the castle quickly.
Where are you going? I don't even know your name.
Cinderella ran down the castle's stairs and all of a sudden lost one of her glass slippers. Unfortunately, she did not have time to go back and take it, so she ran to the coach as fast as she could and left the castle.
Find the beautiful owner of this lost slipper. If necessary, every girl in the country shall try on this shoe.
As soon as the clock struck 12, everything turned back to what it was before. Cinderella went back to her room in the attic. She thought about the magical night she had had with Prince Leo and realized that she fell in love. But it seemed to be impossible that the prince would recognize her with her old dirty clothes. Time passed, and the prince had a huge mansion built next to the castle for the precious glass slipper. All the young girls living in the next country visited this place to try the slipper on. Even Lady Puffy and her daughters visited the famous mansion, but did not take Cinderella with them. You stay at home. It is impossible that the shoe belongs to you.
Right, the shoe is going to fit Cassandra or to me. But I also am a young girl living in this country. I have the right to try on the shoe as well.
Lady Puffy did not even listen to Cinderella. She locked her up in the house and left with her daughters. Of course, the glass slippers did neither fit to Cassandra's feet nor to Jezebel's.
If I try only a little bit more, I think it will fit.
At nighttime, when the mansion's lights were sparkling, Cinderella made it out of the house, thanks to mozzarella and cheddar. She arrived at the majestic mansion and walked towards the sparkling glass slipper. As she was just about to try on the shoe, Prince Leo stepped into the room.
Stop. Don't move. You're going to damage the shoe.
No. It's my shoe. It fits me perfectly.
She is telling the truth. She is Cinderella.
Cinderella courageously put on the shoe in front of Prince Leo, and he realized that the shoe fits perfectly
That night.
to Cinderella.
You are the beautiful girl I danced with on that night. May I know your name?
My name is Cinderella, Your Highness.
Will you marry me, Cinderella?
Cinderella happily said yes to the prince, whom she fell in love with. They got married in the big castle and lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, in a village far, far away, there was a sly woman who didn't like to work at all. This woman had two daughters named Emily and Emma. Emma was a lazy and untalented girl. Emily, on the other hand, was a very hardworking and very talented girl. But their mother loved Emma more because she was younger, and she was still treating her like a baby. That's why she had Emily do all of the work.
Emily, hurry up and finish the chores so you can go out and sell the cross stitches.
Because of her mother and sister's laziness, only Emily went to the market in the afternoons and sold her handcrafted cross stitch. When she got home, her mother would only cook for Emma. Emily, on the other hand, tried to feel full by eating the leftovers from the meals. One day, Emily went outside to edge of the well to make a cross stitch. She started to embroider her cross stitch with the crochet hook in her hand. At that moment, suddenly, a rooster mounted on her and began to crow.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Ow! Get off my head, you rooster! Oh no! My cross stitch!
Emily was so sad that she dropped her cross stitch into the well.
Mother is going to be so upset if she finds out. What will I do now?
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Use your brain and the bucket! Brain bucket, cock-a-doodle-doo!
Emily, as the rooster said, reached for the bucket hanging in the well. She was about to take the bucket with her hand when she lost her balance for a moment and started to fall into the well. When Emily opened her eyes, she found herself in a garden covered with colorful flowers.
What a beautiful place! Where am I anyway?
When she walked for a while, a rabbit appeared in front of her.
Could you help me, please? I can't get the carrot out.
Emily immediately went to help him and pulled the carrot that the rabbit wanted from the ground in one move.
Thank you so much.
As the rabbit happily walked away, Emily went her own way.
Hey, will you give me water or I'll wither and rot?
She saw a rose that was about to dry a little further ahead. Emily immediately came to the fountain to fulfill the rose's wish, took some water in her palm and poured it into the roots of the rose. The rose was revived and gave off a fragrant scent.
Thank you so much! Now I'll be able to live a long, happy life.
Emily continued on her way. After a while, she came across a house. In front of the house, a strange woman who looked like an evil witch was looking at her. Emily was so scared of this woman. She wanted to get away from there immediately.
You don't have to be afraid, my child. Come, I have something to tell you.
Emily went to the woman curiously.
My name is Holle. Everyone loves me very much. If you take good care of my little house, you could stay here as long as you want. All I ask of you is to cover my bed with feathers every morning. I don't know how to get home anyway. I guess I can stay for a bit.
Emily took very good care of the house, as Mother Holle wanted. Every morning, without getting bored, she did not neglect to cover Mother Holle's bed with feathers. Mother Holle loved Emily very much, so she was preparing very good meals for her in the evenings. This is how the days went by. Although Emily was very happy here, she started to miss her real home.
Mother Holle, you know I love you so much, but I want to go home now. Oh, Emily, I'm very happy that you worked here and stayed with me for so long. Of course you can go home now. I will accompany you on the way. Oh, thank you, Mother Holle.
Mother Holle brought Emily to a big golden door.
The moment Emily was walking through the store, she's covered in brand new clothes and gold.
A little gift for you for being so caring and working for me. Here's the crochet hook and cross stitch you dropped into the well. Please take it.
Oh, thank you so much, Mother Holle. You're a good person.
Later, Mother Holle covered Emily's eyes with her hands and asked her to count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
When Emily opened her eyes, she found herself in front of her house.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Emily's back, and she's a golden girl now!
Seeing Emily, her mother and her sister Emma could not hide their surprise.
But how did you find such a beautiful dress? Emma, hush now. My dearest daughter, I was so worried about you. Why don't you tell me where you found all that jewelry?
Emily explained everything one by one. At that moment, her mother thought that Emma could do the same. She greedily sent Emma to the edge of the well. Emma threw the cross-stitch and crochet hook into the well. She jumped after them too. When she opened her eyes, she found herself in that mysterious garden where Emily had come from. She saw a rabbit after walking for a while. The rabbit asked Emma for help to get the carrot out of the ground.
No way! I can't get my hands dirty for a silly little rabbit.
Emma walked away without helping the rabbit. Just ahead, she saw a rose that was about to dry up. Rose asked for her help.
I can't give you water. You have all those thorns. They might hurt my hands.
Emma left without helping Rose. Finally, she came across Mother Holle's house.
I heard you're in need of someone to work here. I'm more than happy to take the job.
Mother Holle told Emma what she had to do at the house.
Remember, every morning you will lay feathers on my bed.
Emma agreed to everything. She worked well on the first day, laying the feathers neatly on the bed. But in the next few days, she started to avoid work. The house was getting dirty day by day, and Emma didn't care about the feathers on Mother Holle's bed. Mother Holle was furious when she saw that Emma wasn't working as promised.
I think it's time for you to go home.
Emma was overjoyed to hear this, because she wanted to reach gold jewelry and beautiful clothes as soon as possible.
Yes, that's right. I get my prize and I get to go home.
Mother Holle brought her to the Golden Gate. When Emma walked through the door, mud started to rain down on her instead of gold.
What's going on? What's this? This door didn't rain gold on you because you didn't do things right. Now count to 3 and go back home. 1, 2, 3.
Then she found herself in the garden of her home. Seeing her, the roosters started to crow.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Emma's back, and she's all muddy! Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Her mother and sister Emily were shocked to see her in the mud. Emma told them that these muddy clothes were her reward for not doing the chores Mother Holle had given her properly. From that day on, Emma understood the importance of doing a job with love and got smarter and started to make cross-stitch just like her older sister Emily. Thus, the two sisters lived a happy life by making and selling cross-stitch together. In a kingdom far, far away, there were 3 beautiful sisters. Their father, who was the king, often held balls because his daughters loved to dance. But while each of the princesses danced very well, the youngest one could not dance as well as her older sisters.
You could be a little bit more graceful when you dance, Mia.
The little princess couldn't dance gracefully, even though she really wanted to. Even the guests around were looking at her strange dance and making fun of her among themselves.
What kind of dance is this?
Why is she moving like that?
I will never dance again.
Mia was so upset that she immediately left the ballroom and locked herself in a cabin deep in the forest. Looking at the stars in the sky, thinking how to dance well, she noticed a young man passing by the house. The man was dancing so gracefully and beautifully under the moonlight that Mia admired him and went outside. At that moment, when Mia suddenly screamed because of a squirrel that was rushing between her feet,
Ah! What was that?
the man stopped dancing and their eyes met.
Are you okay, ma'am?
Well, I'm fine. I think I was afraid of a squirrel.
This is their nature, ma'am. Please don't be scared.
Mia couldn't resist and asked the man how he danced so well. The man showed the shoes he was wearing.
I'm a shoemaker. I use precious materials and make magic dance shoes. That way, I can dance freely in the woods every night.
Oh, I can't believe it. I need a shoemaker just like you.
The shoemaker took out 3 pairs of magic shoes from his bag and placed them in front of Mia.
Close your eyes, make a wish, and choose one of these 3 magical shoes for your luck. But remember, every shoe has one big rule. If you don't follow that rule, the shoes can do whatever magic they want on you.
Mia immediately closed her eyes tightly. The shoemaker, on the other hand, swapped the shoes to leave it to chance which magic shoes Mia would pick.
Now you can choose a pair of shoes.
Oh, please let me be the most graceful dancing girl at the ball.
Mia selected the bright red shoes with her finger and opened her eyes.
Take them. These are yours now. But don't forget, you should wear the shoes only when you see the full moon. If you do otherwise, you cannot take off these magic shoes anymore. That's the rule.
Mia enthusiastically took the magic shoes and went to the palace. The princesses were very surprised to see their sister Mia so excited and happy.
Mia, where are you going that fast? What is that in your hands? Nothing.
Everyone gathered in the hall of the palace for another dance ball evening. Mia's princess sisters started to dance gracefully as usual in their most beautiful outfits. Little Princess Mia put on the magic shoes she got from the shoemaker and danced in the palace hall. She danced so beautifully, she kept up with the rhythm of the song so gently that the princess sisters and guests marveled at Mia.
Magnificent, so graceful.
Wow, she is dancing so beautifully. Mia was dancing gracefully, but the shoemaker's rules slipped from her mind. Because there was no full moon in the sky that night, while Mia was dancing, she slowly started disappearing. Only her dancing magic shoes remained. At that moment, everyone in the hall started screaming in fear and running away.
Did you see that? Oh my gosh!
Mia! No! Oh, Mia disappeared!
Oh my!
Mia opened her eyes when everyone was screaming, but she couldn't understand what was going on. Standing in front of the largest mirror in the living room, she saw only the magic shoes she was wearing, not herself.
Whoa! I've become invisible! I did not follow the rule of the shoes. They stuck to my feet. Oh! I have to find that shoemaker.
No one could hear Mia's voice. In fact, everyone was leaving the palace in panic because of the red shoes running left and right in the hall. Mia immediately ran out of the hall. Princess sisters followed her. 3 princess sisters were walking through the forest in the dark of night. When they arrived near the cabin, they saw that young shoemaker.
This man, how well he is dancing. His shoes are just like Mia's. Plus, his bag is full of shoes.
Mia's sisters asked the shoemaker for help. However, when the shoemaker said that she had to wait until the next full moon for the spell to break, Mia got very upset and started tapping her feet non-stop.
There is one more solution. But if we do that, your shoes will lose their magic and become just ordinary shoes. If you agree, hit your feet together 3 times.
Mia thought it was better to give up the shoes than to be invisible. And she hit her feet together 3 times. The shoemaker in the front, Mia in the back, they went to the bottom of the well a little further away. The shoemaker jumped to the bottom of the well. Seeing this, the princess sisters were very surprised. After a while, the shoemaker came out of the well with a full bucket in his hand.
I will sprinkle this full moon dust at your feet and break the spell.
The spell was indeed broken when the shoemaker sprinkled the full moon dust on the magic shoes, and Mia reappeared. Her sisters immediately hugged her.
Mia, you don't need spell or magic to dance gracefully.
Because everyone should dance the way they're happy.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, shoemaker. Thank you so much.
From that day on, little Princess Mia danced in her own way as she always wanted to.